Hello class, my name is Abraham and I'm going to present about collaborative transport management or transportation management systems for MIS 653 Supply Chain Information Systems class, fall 2017.
First of all, let's start with a definition of terms and what's collaboration or what's collaboration transport system, transport management system, which is it's called in abbreviation CTM. According to the Flex TN S. Chana and the Zanger paper, the impact of collaborative management on supply performance 2011, which is provided as a reference on our assignment. The collaborative transport management (CTM) is defined as a holistic process that brings together supply chain, trading partners, and service providers to drive inefficiencies out of the transport planning and execution process. Here are some more definitions. The collaborative planning, forecasting and replenishment (CPFR in abbreviation) is a concept that aims to enhance supply chain integration by supporting and assisting joint practice. According to Young Wen 2012, CTM is a recent extension of a CPFR framework. Collaborative Planning, Forecasting and Replenishment framework was developed by the Voluntary Industry Commerce Solutions, which is commonly called VICS Association. Transport Management Systems, or TMS, are available as a standalone software packages inside an integrated enterprise resource planning ERP systems or in the cloud to help shippers effectively move freight from origin to destination in the most affordable manner and standardized manner.
Now let's ask, why do we need CTM? Or why companies need a CTM system to run their business? The reason behind using CTM is to improve the operational performance of all parties in the supply chain by improving efficiencies in the transportation component of the collaboration. And collaboration is an essential component of strategies for companies operating in extremely competitive markets. CTM helps to reduce transit times and total costs for the retailer and its suppliers by increasing asset utilization for the carrier. According to the according to Tian, Wong and Du, 2003, the three parties benefiting in the CTM strategy are, as mentioned earlier, the retailer, the supplier, and the carrier. This slide is about collaborative transport management (CTM). Some details. Collaboration in the supply chain is the latest pattern in the fields of transportation, logistics, and supply chain management. According to Karolowski, 2001, transportation management has been referred to as a missing link of the supply chain execution. Without the ability to effectively develop a shipment process, CPFR will be inaccurately fulfilled. Thus, CTM provides the critical next step after order generation through CPFR. The CPFR is primarily a buyer-seller based system. and the concept of CTM will add the carrier into the loop of the supply chain by adding a value to the entire collaboration process. CTM is a new partner strategy between shipper and carrier, and it's also a new business model. The CTM model considers the carrier as a strategic partner in the information sharing and collaboration in the supply chain. Here is more about CTM. As we understand and know it, information technology is as an essential enabler of CTM practice. VICS Association in 2004 mentioned that the critical enabler of CTM success is establishing these transportation best practices. These best practices include centralizing transportation management, optimizing transport plans, and implementing shipment visibility and forecasting. According to the Voluntary Industry Commerce Solutions Association, common interest, openness, mutual trust, cooperation, and benefit and risk sharing between all parties are the basis for CTM practice. This diagram is adapted from the Ya-Hyung Wayne Journal article of 2012, which discusses the relationship among CTM practice, logistics capacity, and competitive advantage for carriers. Competitive advantage is the means to an outstanding performance of a firm in a competitive markets. According to Porter 1985, the measures of competitive advantage were based on cost of leadership, differentiation, and focus, which is also called uncertainty control. When we talk about CTM practice, it includes collaborative planning, information, and relationship integration. According to Ten Wayne Frederick 2007 collaborative sources, which is studied in Europe, it mentions that rising fuel costs, road tolls, a shortage of capacity, an increase of traffic volume, and increasing labor costs in between 3 and 6% per year, while the carriers themselves are facing a low margin of 1 to 3%, which leaves a little room for price reduction without compromising service levels. Logistics capacity depends on the customer service, cost of service quality, and internal operation. In this slide, we will discuss application of TMS as opposed to the implications on the customers end. Half Adams in 2008 helped themselves in his commercial carrier journal mentions that many carriers offer web portals for customers to track shipments, tender loads, and access reports, documents, and other timely information. Most customers choose to track shipments and run business on their own schedule rather than waste time looking after a live person to talk to through the phone. This effect may many companies start offering. To this effect, many companies have started offering the service. To improve the efficiency of human resources and fleets, software vendors are beginning to use new online applications for drivers and other remote workers. Companies like McLeod Software, TMW Softwares, Innovative Computing, and PCS Software are taking the lead on creating applications for these fleet workers. The following slide talks about pros and cons of the CTM, the implementation of CTM system. Previously, companies have referred various reasons for not using a TMS system, which are the cost of implementation, network complexity, and low volume. For example, in some cases, the cost to implement a TMS can be expensive for software system integration fees, licensing, internal resource costs, and additional hardware are factored into the business case prior to the purchasing of the specific product. And unforeseen costs associated with the purchase of the TMS require modifications or customization that aren't originally calculated in the return on investment can also impact financial performance. Nowadays, however, exploiting the advantages of TMS has become less expensive. Third-party companies that already possess the TMS software license can manage the transport service for a company in an affordable fee basis. This option allows an organization to benefit the TMS without the cost of implementation, which used to be the reason for not using TMS. The advantages are it improves operating performance, improving efficiencies, it gives a competitive advantage, it reduces transit times and total costs, and increases asset utilization. Finally, we are going to talk about 5 things which we should consider when we select a TMS system. First, we have to consider a software as a service. That's instead of buying a TMS system software and going through the complexity of networking, hardware needs, and other related issues, it's better to choose to consider software as a service, which is an abbreviation as SaaS. Second, you have to evaluate the connectivity to established carrier community. Whether you have to see whether it can accommodate large community of carriers instantly to make sure shippers can create different tendering strategies with carriers. Third one is evaluate the capacity of real-time data sharing to ensure real-time sharing of data to leverage the carrier community to collaborate. For example, location of shipping docks, available equipment for loading and unloading. If these are shared, that makes it a little bit preferable. The fourth one is check the capability of load optimization, which is in order to help consolidate orders into a single shipment, allowing the shipper to build multi-stop, multi-pickup routes. Last one, consider integrated yard management for additional efficiencies. Since it provides visibility and optimal planning of resource and result faster turnaround of deliveries, this is a very important step to consider. This slide is about transportation management systems in the SCORE model. And as we know, transportation management system applications are used in a major of cooperations to optimize plans and manage inbound and outbound logistics. TMS is identified in SCORE model as BP115. It controls and automates the entire logistic process end to end, reducing errors and assuring the best price and routing are always selected. According to the supply chains reference model SCORE model book, TMS capabilities include rate and service database to shop and optimize shipment creation, either manual or electronically directly from ERP system, electronically tendering shipment to a carrier, preparing necessary trade documents, real-time shipment visibility via web-based tracking and shipment to final delivery, company routing guideline instructions, centralized data repository for all shipment regardless of carrier mode, coordination of manufacturing and scheduling, shipment optimization, and also provide stability. And it's also categorized as experience HE.0293 in under the RFID capacity planning and management, logistics management, logistic network modeling, and return on aggregation. And this TMS is a powerful instrument in all fields. Finally, I leave you with two questions, and the first one will be, what are the competitive advantages of using CTM? And the second one will be, how does information technology support transportation management systems, or TMS? I will leave you these questions. Thank you very much for following me so far. I will await for your comments on the discussion. Thank you.